Here we are on the banks of the Colorado River, 3 miles upstream from Lee's Ferry, where we started this morning at 7 a.m.-ish. The reason why we're on the bank is two reasons. First one being that we were stuck in a part of the river where the current was really strong. And we were basically stuck going upstream in one place. And then a boat came by taking people upstream to kayak downstream. And we kind of got swamped where the kayak essentially filled up with a fair amount of water. And we got pretty soaked, so we came here to this little sandbar and decided to dry out a little bit, have a snack. We've gone 3 miles in 2 hours. And it is beautiful here. It is, I think, as best we can tell, 9 miles to Horseshoe Bend, which was our goal. We've gone 3 miles in 2 hours, and we'll see if we can make it that far.
Don't know what Jay just said on his recording. I'm assuming he's told y'all that we are pulled over to dry off all our stuff because we got waterlogged. And I am freezing, which is very unusual for me, and especially because of where we are. But so maybe we'll warm up in a minute. But I am like all goosebumps. I don't know if you can see that. I'm all goosebumps. Because the water is, I think, around 55 degrees maybe, and we're soaking wet, and it's windy, but thankfully we're in the sun now. We weren't before. Jay's doing a little exploring while he's having a little snack, and this place is flippin' amazing. I don't know that we'll make it to Horseshoe Bend today, but that's the hope. The river is really rough. Pretty strong current, comes out of nowhere. We're making progress, and then all of a sudden, wham, we get spinned around and pushed to the other side of the river, and lots of boats. Not a ton, but enough to be annoying, to try and deal with their wakes, which is how we got a little bit flooded. And Jay is pointing out that there's a big pile of horse shit, as he just said, over there, which means that there are horses around here, and there are, I believe, wild horses in this area, so that would be very cool to see a wild horse. And we did see a big fat beaver who came into the water right in front of our kayak pretty early on, so that was a cool thing to see. And here comes a boat I can hear, so I'll show you the wakes, because this is, especially this part here, this is where we got flooded, obviously, but this is a pretty narrow part of the river. So yeah, those are smart people who are getting taxied with their kayaks up to the pretty parts so that they can just float down, which was an option, but we opted out of that and thought, we would paddle up the rest of the way. I couldn't think of a nice way to say that we would paddle up to Horseshoe Bend and then take the easy way home. And mostly because I'm very thrifty and frugal, and it was an additional $80 per person to taxi you up to the pretty parts so you could just float down. So I wasn't about doing that.